5 feet worth of books to declutter. Here we go. So the top 2 shelves on this bookshelf are actually West's, so he needs to look at those himself. And so I'm going to start on this shelf, and this shelf, actually only a small portion of it's mine. The rest of it's West's. So we'll look at what we can look at. More than likely I can get rid of a lot of these things. They're like personal development, career finding stuff that people gave me when I was in high school or in college. And if I haven't read them yet, will I read them? Probably not. So will I ever get used to using readers? Not sure. This was a personal recommendation from a close family friend. Never did get around to reading it, but I am still interested in reading it. So I think the next step is to look up and see where I can find the book again, because I don't think I'll be reading it anytime soon. Okay, so it's not available at the libraries, but it is available in a thrift store for $5. So, and I also have to think, I don't have a plan to have, well, I can't predict the future. So anyways, $5, I think I can let it go. This one actually seems to apply to my life right now, so I don't think I'm going to keep this one for the moment. I don't think I want a midlife crisis book, and I think this is similar. So, let go of that one. And then this one, I tried using it and it didn't help. So, because most of my life I've been one that says I could do anything. What do I actually want to do? And I've had a really hard time finding purpose and direction and all that stuff. But the title sounds promising, but no, it didn't help. So goodbye. Same thing with this one. Everybody was going gaga over it, and it didn't really help. And I don't know. The workbook actually seems more helpful than the book itself. So I might keep the workbook. Let's see. This was also mine. Never did read this. I do want to read it. It's of the same. Okay, that's actually all of mine on here. So I got 5 books. Next shelf. All, if not the majority of the shelf's mine. There's some combined books over here from West, but they're actually like duplicates of Dave Ramsey stuff. So yeah, this is like financial stuff and word studies. Let's see. Okay, I don't think this applies to me at the moment, or us, so, and I don't even recognize the author, so it can go. So this actually has a thing about financial personalities, and I automatically think of my cousin. So I remember giving her some resources on that. So I think I might have West and I do the personality test and then probably let it go. Okay. I'm not sure. On this one, there's more animal things and health things. So currently using those. That's always useful. Those are West's. I got this book. I was interested in it. It has beautiful art in it, but honestly, I have never reached for it, so it can go. You think I want a degree for this? I've always been interested in gardening, but trying to live in an area where plants actually grows challenging. But I think I can let that one go. It's been there for a long time. So, next shelf. So here we're into cooking. And psychology around cooking too, and food. So, got this. I thought I'd be really interested in it, and I never got around to reading it. This is a new book. I bet you it's probably on Kindle. It's actually looking Kindle to see if they have it. So it says $12 for Kindle. How about my local library? That really decides it for me. My local library has it. Let's try the other library too. And I'll be moving to, because I don't know if I can keep my, what do you call it? Membership to a city I don't live in anymore. But this is a recent book, so. And it was really big on NPR at one point. Yes, they have it, so this is definitely going to go. So if I want to read it, I can read it. I wonder if this one is too. Because this one, it's just so pretty. Have I ever read it? No. Am I interested in reading it? Yes. Actually, it looks like I did read some. I have a bookmark in it. So. Okay. $4 on Kindle, so it can go away. I like it. I want to read it, but how many books can a person read? And I have a list of books I'm reading right now, and I think I'm already reading like 3 or 4, and that's my problem. I get into multiple books at one time, and then I don't make progress. So, it'll be on my future reading list. Let's see. We read this. It didn't stick with us, so we can let that go. I want to keep that one because it's good reference. This one we did read, and I don't know that. Actually, West does better with audiobooks, and I do better with actual books. And most of the time I end up reading the book to him. We've already read this, and it didn't do anything. Well, if it did something, it's already done. We don't need to keep it. I don't have a desire to revisit it. So now we're actually into cookbooks. Oh, yeah. I'm going to keep this one because it actually applies to eating that we're doing right now. And I probably should actually put this on the counter to reference it, finding new recipes. This one, it's beautiful. It has beautiful art in it as well. And I've never once opened it. Next, I want to keep this one. This is beautiful and very informative. So it's spice. I love spice. People get confused thinking spice means you have to be, what do you call it? Hot and with heat. But no, spice can just be flavor. This actually needs to go in here. I am keeping my curry book because I like curries and learning more about them. This one was very useful and very interesting because it has all sorts of action. This cookbook, it's interesting because you can find one recipe cooked several ways, which I've never seen a cookbook like that before. And it has really cool pictures in it. And I think it's more updated than my Better Homes cookbook. But that's going to be kept. I'm keeping this because I do want to get back into making kombucha. This one was very interesting and I learned a lot and I would like to do more. It's Vietnamese. And here's a Thai cookbook. Still want to look into this. Yeesh. So, here's another spice book. I think what this one had on the other one was it has spice mixtures. I don't know, this one has histories, but I don't know if it has spice mixtures for different regions. I don't think so. This is more like the histories. So I'm going to keep this one because it does have the blends. So let's say, for example, it's confirmed that I'm actually, it has what I think it has. So, togarashi from Japan, and it has a recipe right here. So yeah, that's what I'm looking for. And then I think I'm going to keep this. This is I call a good reference book. It's America's Test Kitchen. And then this actually goes to my pressure cooker. If I've ever used it. I don't think so. So that can go. That stays. This one. I am very, very interested in reading it, and I don't really want to rebuy it, so I'm going to keep that. Same thing with this one. And then we get into church cookbooks, which will stay, family cookbooks, and then I have a collection of magazines. They're Cooks Illustrated. I still desire to keep those. I look at this as my first pass through my bookshelves. The obvious things to go can go. And then I'll probably have to make some hard decisions later. But right now, I'm not trying to make the hard decisions. So, there's already looseness to these shelves. Okay, we talked about that we've been going through this process for a while. I have a very, very large credit built up at the local used bookstore from selling them books. So that's another option for me when I'm trying to say, can I get this book again? I have basically free books waiting for me. I don't think they're really free. I think they're more like half off, but still. Okay, so this shelf is all my art books, the consolidated versions of my stuff from college. I'm going through art and interior design. So I'm not sure how much I'll get out of here because I've consolidated so much already, but I will look. It looks promising because it's all about the disaster relief. The vast majority I get when I flip through it is advertisements, so I don't need to keep it. This one is from my childhood, and I don't think I will get rid of this. So this is also from my childhood, and I don't think I'm going to get rid of it. Okay, as I expected, I didn't expect to get much out of this bookshelf, but there was some, so progress. I have a problem with this, getting rid of these ones, because yes, I could probably replace them, but I like having the reference on hand in case I get interested in different aspects of this again. Just have a harder time thinking through these than other books. Okay, we're at West's bookshelf, and I just got permission to get rid of duplicates and triplicates of books. So let's go for it. Okay. One thing that occurred to me to start looking for autographs because he has met some of these people. So I just found one that's autographed. And so I'm going to have West go through some magazines and see if there's some that he's interested in letting go. We'll see. Okay. I've very recently went through these books. Recent. I don't think I'm even getting rid of any of them. And I very recently went through these books too. So I don't think I'll be getting rid of any of them. So after the first pass of books in our house, this is our stack of books to give away. I can't put them all in one stack because that lower one here has a bunch of magazines that'll make it really, really heavy and tip over. So let me measure it. That was 38 inches. I don't do math in my head. Hold on a second. So our goal was 61 inches minus 38. Leaves us a little less than 2 feet to go. So 23 inches. So these are 2 binders that were on one of the bookshelves. I automatically didn't think about them, but I'm going to consider them and go through them. One, it just says travel dreams and home dreams. So these are things I have collected over the years. It's been a long time since I've looked at them. Not surprising. 3 of these pictures are walls of books. This is interesting. It talks about makeup. It's one of the things I was planning on going through soon. It says, this is an article from Better Homes and Garden. Products applied directly on your skin that have a liquid or creamy consistency will last up to a year. Foundation, concealer, creamy eyeshadow, blush, lipstick, moisturizer, eye cream. Powders, which contain fewer oils, 1 to 2 years. Color separation or a change in original color or foul smell will tell you that they're not good anymore. Okay. Wow. This much is empty. I wonder if I can combine them. A lot of this is empty too. So let's look. This is empty. I think I just decided I'm going to go through the cooking magazines because I know I'm not interested in everything in them, but I can pull out the ones I am interested in and maybe consolidate it down to a binder. So let me throw this away. This needs a label, a couple labels before I put it back on the bookshelf, and let me go grab those magazines. That's a lot of magazines. Hi. This is going to take a while, but I'm making progress. I've gone through these, have these to go, so one step at a time, one decision at a time. We still have 23 more inches to go on books, and obviously I didn't include some things, so we'll have to consider what to do with our puzzles and our videos and my stationery and like the binders in the office. But some decisions were made today. We made progress. We have a goal that we're working towards in terms of the space for books. So the last 23 inches or so was a little bit challenging. We had to make some decisions on books and rethink things such as, do we still need a dictionary or thesaurus in the house? since we have the internet. But we did make it. We made it to the 61 inches. In fact, we made it to 62 inches. And I did actually go through all those magazines and fit them into the binder. So we should theoretically be okay. And West was also showing me how to stack the books differently on a bookshelf that could also save space if I'm willing to do it. So I think we can call our bookshelves done and move on to the next thing. Thank you for joining me today as we reviewed all the books in the house. And in the meantime, feel free to like and subscribe. Have a good day.